Hey everybody, welcome to the Bad Blood live stream. Sorry we're coming in a little late, but we've got some big giveaways to give away at the end for those of you. I'll just go a little teaser on there. Um, I announced in the previous live streams that I'm going to be giving away this baseball bat of a Real Steel scope here. This is a Discovery Optics EDPRS, and no, it's not just the camera that is extending the image. This thing is seriously 19 inches long, and it has a 3-inch sunshade, which I didn't attach on this because otherwise I would not have room. And this is like 44 ounces of of aluminum, but this thing is super sharp. So yeah, you could put it on an airsoft gun if you really wanted to, but really this was made for Real Steel. But this is amazing, and I'll be giving that away at the end of the live stream tonight, and also announcing a brand new giveaway. So after this one's over, I'm giving away. Well, this is a little more reasonable. It's also very long, but this one has the sunshade attached. This is the CV Life. Yes, I'm sure all of you are familiar with that wonderful brand if you buy stuff for your airsoft guns, because they make a lot of accessories like bipods and whatnot that look suspiciously like name brand stuff, but actually um, their products are legitimately durable enough to use for Real Steel. So this is actually one of their first Real Steel grade optics. This one is their Bear Power, and of course we have somebody who knows a lot about bears tonight. Ginger Bear. So we have a segue into our new guest tonight. We have Ginger Bear, who is going to be the CO of Tribals this year.
Hello. Yeah.
Ginger Bear, give us a little introduction to yourself. How long you've been playing airsoft,
Oh,
and
God.
how long you've been playing for Tribals?
I want to. I started in the 2012 game. I think it was the second year that you guys had done that down in the Plattekill area, I want to say. Or so we were out there, and that was the year that the Marxists were the NPCs. So we were. They said tribal militia, and it said civilian clothing. So me and my friends go, well, let's buy the just the brightest Hawaiian shirts we can, and we'll go out there. And one of the folks, I want to say it was Nick Headkill, said, "What are you guys, the 5-0?" And so we've become like, I've got a whole thing of like Hawaii 5-0 patches for us, and like, yeah, we're really excited for it this year. But I've been playing with them. I think I had 2 years that I was off when I was down in Houston, and so this will be, I want to say, my ninth that I've been playing. So me and a couple of the guys, we've been on the team, or we've all been on the team for years, and we just keep coming back because being Tribals is a fun class and just chaotic comedy. So it's a great time to be had, and it's fun to kind of make life difficult for the other folks, and just kind of spice up the game. So it's not just Army v Army; it's Army v Army versus Chaos Goblins. So it's exciting, and so yeah, I've been the right hand man. I've been an embed for the last couple of years as ref, as I've done the chrono before. I've done all sorts of stuff. I've been part of this for a long time, Moondog. So it's been a fun time. And just to be asked, I'm sorry that Nick can't make it. Headkill's really great. It's fun to have him out there with his cool mustache. So I hope to keep the legacy going with another interesting mustache as well. And we're going to have a fun time this year. I hope we have a huge turnout, and that we, the Tribals, make life interesting for the other armies.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And just for those of you who aren't on Tribals, Nick Wong has been CEO of Tribals practically since the game started back in 2009. This year, he had some pre-plans with his family that ended up being that weekend that we ended up later on picking for Bad Blood. So he's not able to make it this year, but that's really the only reason. But Ginger Bear has been a pivotal part of the Tribals for as he mentioned, many years. So it's not that big of a transition to go into the role of CEO. So he's been Headkill, Nick's right hand man for many years. Actually, it'd be a good opportunity to talk a little bit about the Tribals. For those of you who are wondering, the Tribals function as a independent team. They're sort of like the home team, but they're independent of. I don't control them. I don't tell them where to go, but they're their job is basically to give a challenge to all the players, to all the faction players, and they are, in a sense, the home team. They are the militia of the tribes that occupy the field, basically. And this year they're going to be tasked with a couple of other missions. One, they've always been defending the sample boxes, the coolers that have the sample stamps in them. They've always done that. But this year they're also going to be defending the new CCP locations. So those are the locations where the fixed locations where that factions can set up triages. So that's going to be a new job, but I think one that fits into a role that fits into the sort of the mission of the tribals since the beginning.
Yeah, so that's a big part of that. So we do have some dedicated players who are going to be sitting with the coolers all day. So if they're on the call here, thank you for that. If not, I'll be reaching out to the folks who said, yeah, we want to be a guard, and then the new CCP guard should be fun as well, because I know that's one thing where we have the opportunity to hold down your respawn point until you kick us out, and then that's not to say we can't come back after you guys respawn and try to take it back. So there's all sorts of fun stuff that we're going to have this year that kind of adds a little bit more chaos to the game, which I know I'm, for one, always excited for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, we should definitely, in terms of a mission profile, when you brief those guys, tell them that as soon as a faction pulls down their flag and leaves the CCP, they should come in and defend it again, because that's basically not there to make it a bit of a challenge for the factions to change the location of the respawn point, and that's part of the challenge of the game, so that you're on mission for the entire 5 hours of the game. So that makes the game fun. One of the things that I often get asked is how do people join the tribals, and that requires, it's really not that much of a requirement. One is that you've played the game before, because it is a much more independent role, and you need to have played the game before. And the other way is, once if you have played the game before, contact one of the tribal leaders, the COs, and let them know that you'd like to join. Give them, and they'll vet you. Contact Ginger Bear, or even contact Nick Wong, Head Kill.
He's available still.
Yeah. So he just won't be at the game, but he's available to answer questions.
This would be where we plug the Facebook pages. Obviously, go ahead and reach out. Like, I know I'm on the Bad Blood main page. I'm on the staff page. I'm on the tribal page. So if you're trying to get on those tribals, find me, send me a DM. We can look at it. Make your case, and I mean, we'd love to have more guys. I know we've been short strength. I think the last couple of years, I think we're allowed up to 60 if the games are full. I mean, and I know we've been a little short of that. So, if we really want to cause some chaos, come on over, put your Hawaiian shirt on, go a little crazy. But yeah, go ahead and DM me right there on Facebook, Sean Blaney, or you'll see me as Ginger Bear and those things as well. And just shoot me a message, and we'll get you on the team.
As another plug, if you are an older player like myself, who has done their fair share of running up and down hills and hither and yon, and attacking locations, and you just want to spend a little more time waiting in ambush, the tribals are the team, are the group for you. So
you know what, though, I've always been able to count on, I'm not going to give away your choice of locations, right? But I've always known that if I need a place where I can kind of get out of the sun and still see an absolute ton of action, I know to find Ginger Bear. So that's not to say that it's a slow day for tribals. You're busy. You're very busy. You don't move a whole lot, but you're gonna see all of the action.
Well, I'll speak up. That's for the guards. The guards, for the last couple of years, I was a guard, so I literally sat in the same spot the whole day, and that was fine by me. I've done the real thing, 20 years ago. I'm going to have fun here at Airsoft, carrying a pink gun and sitting in one spot. But I mean, that's not to say that there won't be roving bands of tribals as well. We will have our guards, and we will also have our roving bands of murder hobos that run out and just kind of pick a fight with everybody they see. And it's very fun. And being on the receiving end, or being part of the tribals doing it, it's always a great time.
True, very true. There's a couple of other I wouldn't call them perks, but they're certainly sort of unique opportunities on the tribals. For one, they're the second floor of Fort War is restricted to tribals only, just from a safety standpoint. So that's one of the things. If you like to defend the castles, then really that's the best place for you to be in the game. The other thing is you guys probably get the most trigger time of all the factions.
Oh,
Actually.
yeah, absolutely. Unique respawn rules where we have to be out of line of sight and verbally yell tribal respawn, letting people know that we are at least back in the game. It kind of creates interesting tension where the idea is, even though we are a small force, it feels like we're coming out of like the little tiger pits.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so that's the idea, is it to make us look like a force multiplier, and it creates a lot more chaos, and it keeps the armies not just looking at what their objective is, but also looking at their flanks and checking their rear to make sure that there aren't some wily tribal militia out there, starting trouble. So it just creates a really fun, tense experience. And then I hear a lot of swearing at us, and we're always giving thumbs up and having a great time, because we also traditionally leave with the most bruises as well. We get lit up so much.
But you know what?
Every game I get absolutely lit up, and I love it.
People do walk away from you guys and swearing and cursing your names, but then I'll ask them, "What's it like in there?" And it's the most fun they've ever had.
Oh yeah, they have a great time. It's always fun.
Yeah.
We're swearing too, because we get hit a bunch, and it doesn't always feel good to get hit by 17 different guns at once. But the thrill of it is like, I know I made their day more difficult, and that makes me smile.
You do a great job, definitely. All right, so let's switch over topics over here. The big thing is the tickets have just gone on sale, and everybody's been asking about them for a while, and then they finally went on sale, and we're getting a lot of interest. So I haven't gotten information back from EVIC as to how many tickets have sold. So I just want to reiterate to everybody out there who's watching this either today or when it gets posted up to my YouTube channel, that don't wait till the last minute. I know everybody's got
definitely a wave the way ticket sales historically have gone, where when they first get dropped, you get people who've been watching will quick buy. So you'll see a spike in like people who want to join the planning groups and things like that.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like a lull in ticket sales, and we start to think, okay, well, where is everybody? What's going on here? And then we start to see teams get closer and closer to selling out. And then by, we're going to close out probably a week before game time or something like that. It's slim pickings. So if you have a real desire to wear a specific kit and be on a specific team with all your friends, yeah, like Moondog said, don't wait. Just do it now and guarantee your spot. God forbid something happens, you can't make it. There's always people looking for tickets. EVIC has a really good refund policy when it comes to bad blood. So if you can't make it, you're not out the money. But yeah, get your ticket now. Make sure you lock in the faction you want to be on.
That's the biggest thing is, there's a couple of factions inevitably get sold out first. And if there's always guys who there are 4 or 5 guys or there are 10 guys on their team are on that team and they want to add in. There's nothing we can do about it.
And it happens every year, and we're going to do our best to make sure it doesn't happen. If you couldn't get on your friend's squad and you bought a ticket for another team, don't show up in the wrong equipment.
Yeah.
We will turn you away. That's just how it is. So
that's one of the few cases where if you show up on game day in the wrong stuff, they will not refund you. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, get it now and get your gear together now. Just a tiny little segue. I say it every year to as many people as possible. No Franken guns, no projects, definitely nothing homemade. We've had that problem in the past, but you're going to be out there all day long slinging thousands of BBs. You're going to want your most reliable piece, maybe a backup if you're that kind of guy. Nothing with batteries taped to stuff and wires hanging out in a plastic bag over the handguard. Just the stuff that's going to work, make sure it works.
Yeah, if it looks like it's something that would show up in Fallout, it's probably not for this game.
Make sure you're within chrono limits before the game. I mean, I know they're not cheap, but everybody should have a chrono, or at least access to a chrono these days. Make sure you're where you're supposed to be. And yeah, just get ready and then wait. I know, as much as that sucks, hurry up and wait.
Get some practice in. Go to your nearest, your normal field, and do a shakedown of your gear before coming out to Bad Blood. That's a good opportunity there to chrono your weapon.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yes. Somebody even asked me the other day, about an AEG they were looking to purchase or had just purchased, and Evic's review was like it shoots X. I was like, you know what? Take it to your local field, chrono it there, and figure it out. Don't wait for game day to find out that you're too hot and your stuff isn't gonna.
Oh yeah,
fly.
I've seen some guys bring in guns that are still shrink wrapped. And like, I hope I hope it's under, because that's yeah. And bear in mind the FPS limits are lower than last year. Yes, year's posted limits. So just be mindful that the limits that we've instituted for this year were designed to make it comply with the FPS limits of bigger Milsim games like Milsim West and Lion Claws, so that this is supposed to be a Milsim Light, prepare you for a bigger Milsim, a more hardcore Milsim game. So of course we would set up our limits so that if you can make this game, if your weapons can make this game, your weapons can make one of those games. So that's really the thinking behind that. And overall, as long as everybody cleaves to the same limits, then there's no disadvantage to anybody else. So I'm just looking at the side chat we're having here. We got Tim S, who's saying that I can read what you're typing, but I guess in some of the places that some folks have been typing up, they can't see their messages. So just to let you know that we are reading what you're typing. So
yep.
Thanks to everybody who's on the side chat. And if Ian will be keeping an eye on that to see if there's any questions that you might have that you might need answered. Now, I think I mentioned that it's a segue, a little side segue here. I mentioned Fallout. Now I've conducted a couple of Fallout themed games in the past, and we had a ton of fun with them. But have you guys?
Then I took them and turned them on their ear for a bit. In the way, we're gonna be bringing back Wasteland as soon as possible.
I think so, especially with the new series. Have you guys had a chance to watch it?
I have not. A friend of mine really wants me to, because I think his sister-in-law worked on it.
Oh,
and a lot of the stuff was actually filmed on Staten Island.
No way, really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, I've been there. It makes sense. So. Staten Island's fine.
I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
No, my brother watched it. He said it was quite good. So I've heard, fun. He says it was fun, I guess. I don't know if I haven't read what the critics say, but he seemed to enjoy it. So I never played Fallout, and I feel, I'm one of those guys. Yeah, I know.
What?
I played a lot of Doom and Counter-Strike. That was my stuff.
Well, if you like Borderlands, and we were talking a little bit before the show, Borderlands, you're gonna love Fallout.
Give it a try then. So I mean, if only the games were old and dirt cheap now, right?
Well, they are actually.
That was a joke.
I'm replaying Fallout 3 again. And I was looking for Fallout 1 and 2, but it won't play on my.
Those are DOS, babe. Those are DOS games. You need DOS boxes. Anyway, but yeah, let's get back. That sounds like a fun. So what is the Wastelands game that you're talking about, Ian?
I took Moondog's Fallout, and then we started to call it Wasteland for legal reasons. And it had a very set structure. It was still a lot of force on force on force. And then I took it and I started to really twist it and added a lot more of the role-playing element. Added in a dedicated cadre of mutants and side quest killers who their whole game was actually to interact with other NPCs. Like if you ran across them, you could kind of just sit back and watch their world unfold, and they didn't care about you. That you as a player, your quests had nothing to do with them. They had their own jobs to do against other NPCs. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, a bunch of things got in the way, and couldn't put it on for a couple of years. But yeah, we'll be bringing it back with some modified rules, taking some influence from other post-apoc type games, making a little more, I guess we'll call it factionless, as opposed to, it's going to be green versus tan versus black. It's going to be, tan-based survivors and green-based survivors, and you kind of make your world while dealing with the plethora of NPCs who are going to be out there trying to make your life harder or difficult, or easier, depending on what they feel like doing at that moment in time.
Well, that's cool.
So they've got their own. I've actually been working on their backstories for years, and I've got a whole group of guys who are just ready to go as soon as I can say, okay, we're on. And we're, by last count, when we were ready to do it, and then COVID hit and stuff like that, I had over 35 NPCs ready to go.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, because they all had different roles to play. We had different teams of people who were going to be roaming around, and you had teams of people who were going to be setting up camps and doing side quests, and we were going to introduce an assassination scheme where you could actually go to the central trader and put money down to have somebody taken out. Didn't matter what faction they were on. You could take out your best friend if you wanted to. You're putting money down on it, and somebody was going to come along, take the job, and it's going to be fun. So I'm hoping to get that up and running as soon as humanly possible.
Well, I definitely encourage you for that, especially just because it's in the zeitgeist again.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah, so
Yeah.
people are going to want something like that. So, and that seems to be where a lot of people are. I mean, the milsim stuff is always fun, and you're always going to have your audience for that. But post-apocalyptic games, it's there's just fun in it, and that people just want to go out there and just, LARP and just have just a good time. Spank came up with a good term for NamSoft a few years ago, and it kind of applies to this too: action camping.
Hey, Ian, that's a good segue. Since you said something about camping, we want to make sure that we go ahead and post this. So for those folks who are going to be going to the game and they want to get a campsite space, they want to try to get a space for their trailer or their camper, or they want to get one of the bunkhouses, we do have a link here. So Ian's going to put it on the ticker here. Go ahead and write that down. If that's something you want to do, it's a form on there that you can fill out, and that'll get you your space. It'll give you pricing. It'll give you times. It'll give you all the different requirements for said space. But go ahead and go to that website right there, emreventpark.com/products/badblood2024 with hyphens between the words. Go ahead and check that out and get yourself signed up for it. That way you're not scrambling for a campsite somewhere else or paying too much for a hotel room, or if you want to be there unsafe. Yeah, so go ahead and check that out and get it soon. Obviously the sooner the better.
Yeah. Now the tickets are only on sale at evic.com, but the Emaar Event Park handles all of the reservations for actually staying there. So there are two separate places. Evic, don't bother calling Evic about a campsite or a bunkhouse, and vice versa with EMR. Don't be calling them and asking them how to get tickets. Go to evic.com for tickets to the game. Go to EMR Event Park for reservations for staying there. And it is a great place. They have a lot of amenities. They have water. And correct me if I'm wrong. I never looked into it, but they did have showers at one point.
Yeah, there is a cold water shower. At least one I know of is at least one cold water shower. And the porta johns are decent. So it's worth it. But and what Joker always says too, when it comes to the amount of money this game is going to cost your average player, you're getting more than just bad blood out of it. And the camping alone, it's not expensive. Yes, you got to pay a little bit, but the camp, basically, there's out there, people are partying, having a good time within limits. I think there's talks now for a possible Friday night game.
Oh, that's another thing we
I,
mentioned.
I
Yes,
don't I don't want to say yes or no because it hasn't been blessed by the powers that
Timmy.
be, but
Yes.
there's possibility of a Friday night game, which is going to be included in your admission. Obviously, main game Bad Blood on Saturday, and then a whole slew of skirmish style stuff on Sunday. So you're
And
not.
a zombie game in the morning.
Oh yeah, and you're not
Yeah.
you're not coming all this way for a 5-6 hour game and then say, okay, well, sorry you didn't win the raffle, get out. It's not like that. It's you got a whole weekend of all kinds of stuff going on.
We've got
So,
some also some additional after the game. If well, the weather holds out, there's going to be live music
oh good, the
by
band's
one of
coming back?
yeah, the band's coming back. They
Good.
were going to come last year, but they're not an acoustic band, so they didn't want to bring their amps out in the rain. As it turns out, it didn't rain, but
Yeah, still, you don't want to take that risk.
no, exactly. So we'll have a little bit of a live music set after the game, as well as Ian mentioned, one of the most epic complimentary raffles. I say complimentary because every player who buys a ticket to the game gets a complimentary ticket at the end of the game for the raffle. And Evic just brings out a bleep ton of stuff. So
yeah. And
yeah.
the other vendors always chime in and they give some stuff out too. So you're looking at probably on a good day, you're looking at probably maybe 40 to 50 giveaway items.
Fun story about that. A friend of mine won a G&G combat machine the first year we played, and he still has that gun as his backup to this day. So he used it, I think, for another 6 years, and then bought a second one, and so he still has the one that he won. And I have like the Glock that I won. Like, there's been a lot of great prizes, and it's always puts a huge smile on everyone's face.
People crap on combat machines, especially, but like a lot of them, like, oh, well, they're just giving away stuff they couldn't sell. Well,
no.
I mean,
they give away some really good
but
stuff.
Like, there's really, really high quality stuff.
Yeah, a couple. We've been there where they sold that they gave away a couple of 249s.
Yeah.
I mean, saws. I mean,
this isn't stuff that came off of a rental shelf at some local field. This is, brand new, out of the box. This isn't return stuff that's been refurbished. This is all brand new, high quality stuff. So, for $60 ticket admission, you're getting possibly 3 days worth of gaming and an epic raffle, and for a little extra camping and whatnot. How do you not?
Hey, so let's take a moment here just to call out the folks who are on the side chat, just to recognize that they're on here.
We see you, Mark.
Yes. So let's start off. We got Chris Wedgeworth. We got Tim S. We got Mark Thomas. And we've got Lakeview Outdoors, Michael Dunn. We got DJ Play Nice. Thanks, guys, for being out there. And if you guys have any questions, post them up. Hopefully we're getting all the feeds from the various channels that this is co-broadcast on, so that we can read all of your questions. But if you do have any questions that, for whatever reason, because YouTube's been acting really weird the last couple of weeks, and the AI may deem your comments, for whatever reason, they may disappear to the ether. If you have any questions, you can always post them onto our official Facebook channel.
Yeah, if you're watching this after the fact, because it's going to be up on different YouTube channels. It'll stay up on the Facebook groups. So
post a comment.
Post a comment there. They're going to get read. They're going to get answered. So no matter where you're watching this, ask your question. We'll get to you.
Absolutely. That's one of the things we want to try to get everybody to post your questions, rather than PM, not because we won't answer your questions, but because I'm sure every person who has a question, there's probably 10 other people who had the same question, but weren't brave enough to ask, or for whatever reason didn't ask. So the answer that we give you would benefit those other folks as well when they read it. So that's the reason why we prefer you ask the questions publicly, so that we can answer publicly and everyone can share that information.
I will say that a lot of the PMs that I get between the run up and day of is a lot of people will start the conversation with, "Hey, this might be a stupid question." Well, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
Is it in the player packet? Do you really want to waste both our times asking what you deem a stupid question, which it's not? Go ahead, ask away. I'll answer you. But is it in the player packet? Probably is. It's a very long document with a lot of sections. We cover everything. Just read through it. You don't have to memorize it. Just read it.
I got to start putting back in like an intentional typo or some random word. So if anybody finds it, they'll get a some sort of bonus prize or extra swag.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Oh, here's a question from Tim S about the combat machines. I've had as a spare backup a G&G combat machine for years. I never had any problems with it. I mean, it wasn't as tricked out as some of the other airsoft guns. But here's the thing: when you get a really highly tuned, a high FPS, high rate of fire gun, these things are not made like the space shuttle. I mean, they make it to as cheap as they can, and when you tune up stuff that extreme, it's going to mean that's going to break more. It's more likely to break. So I don't know why. What's the deal with people poo-pooing on combat machines? They're not as cool.
There's a bunch of stuff between, and they're inexpensive guns, or replicas, however you want to say it. But they're inexpensive, but they do just fine.
Hey,
the thing is, hey, there we go. There's another CO.
Hey, Virtue.
You see him? I don't know if we can hear him. Can't hear him.
Wait, we can't hear you.
So as he's saying that, the thing is, I mean, honestly, if you're looking for a gun, there's nothing wrong with it. I'd say with anything, do your research. There's plenty of videos online. Evic puts out a ton of videos. There's a lot of we get feedback from Virtue's camera.
Say something, Virtue. No.
Nope. Anyway.
Nope. We heard something. We heard some music or whatnot.
Yeah, I'm hearing music in the background again. He'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just about to misquote him, so once he gets his audio set up, we can let him give his own quote.
Yeah, no, the combat machine is fine, and the thing is, it's used. For those who like to branch off into like Speedsoft instead, that's a well-known brand that's being used to make HPA builds, to build all sorts of other things. They built like really quick dual sector gear guns. There's all sorts of fun stuff you can do. So if you're looking for a Tokyo Marui clone that is pretty rock solid and you can put a lot of upgrades into it, combat machine is great. But I mean, the thing that if you had asked me 10 years ago, that was the gun to get at the entry level. Since then, there are so many other companies that are putting out comparable, if not better, products at the same price. So again, do your research, watch those videos on evic.com. They're great. They have a lot of really good info, especially for the beginners or the discerning person who wants to find a different, replica that works for them. Me personally, I buy stuff that's pink and purple because I think it's funny out there. But I also have some really high-end Speedsoft gear, and I have some really good, milsim stuff too. So like I play the gambit, but you find what's fun for you, and then find what works for you, and then you don't have to worry about what someone's opinion of something is online. The whole point of this sport is to go out and have fun.
But the other big draw in this sport is the fashion and the accessories.
Yeah. But that's great. I mean, that's part of it. Like Ginger Bear is saying, he likes the pink and purple guns. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Airsoft is as much a fashion show as it is, a combat fake sport, so just have fun with it. If
I like that term you gave, fake sport.
If somebody doesn't like your pink
it's
gun,
LARPing.
okay, well, it's not your pink gun. It's my pink gun. It's not, I don't care.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to go out there. That's why I like tribals, because I don't. Again, I spoke of this earlier. I did do the real thing. I was a combat infantryman in Afghanistan. So this is a way for me to blow off steam with my friends. I like to wear, ridiculous clothes that makes it more difficult for me to play the game because I stick out like a sore thumb. to each their own. And like I love seeing all the different people who do show up to the game, whether they be veterans, whether they be people who are signing up to join the services, whether it just be somebody who wants to have fun with their kids, you know. So that's what I'm a huge fan of this, because like you see people from all walks of life running around, playing with toy guns and LARPing, pretending to be, you know, someone they're not for the day. And
you know,
we have so much fun doing that.
the latest and greatest camos still don't make you invisible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I've been out looking for you guys, and I've almost stepped on some of your teammates.
Yeah.
You're wearing pink Hawaiian shirts, and
Yeah. Yeah. We do that a lot, mostly because we're belly to the ground, and we find where the one wildflower patch is, and you know, we just, like tall grass is tall grass. You know, if you don't move, it's hard to see.
Yes.
So, but it's so much. God, I love being that guy in a purple Hawaiian shirt, who they didn't see in the shadows. But
and as long as your uniform and the specific gear requirements are met, have fun with it. Wear what you want, as long as it meets the requirements of your chosen faction.
Yeah.
There
was a Marxist 2 years ago who literally wore a one-piece romper, just all tan.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, with short shorts, you know, like they had a great time. So but I would honestly, I'm going to suggest against any shorts, or as little bearskin as possible. There are a lot of ticks in that tall grass in that area. Northern Pennsylvania, southern New York, those places are huge for ticks. So, you know, make sure you like read over the player pack, and I think we go over it there. Like, bring your bug spray, bring your DEET, you know, get your stuff on there, get it on your equipment. Try not to get on your skin, because the ticks can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for the folks who come out with combat kilts, but yeah, the ticks would make me not want to do that.
What was I just thinking? I was thinking something.
Did you wear a kilt, or was it?
No, Headkill wears a kilt.
Headkill and Virtue wear kilts.
Yeah.
What was it? Oh yeah. I know that with the new CCP rules and stuff like that, I suspect we're going to see more snipers than usual. That's fine. Play your game. That's great. Those of you who want to come out there in Chewbacca suits, two things. Your underlying clothing has to match your faction. So if you're Deus Ex and you're wearing a Bush suit, okay, well, I want to see multicam under it. And two, it's hot out there, so make sure you're not overdoing it. You'd actually be really surprised with a little bit of properly adorned foliage will do to wearing one of those off-the-shelf bushes. You know, just be smart and don't kill yourself for a game. You know, it's, yes, I know people want to be out there and they want to be sneaky peeky and do all the fun stuff, but those things are hot. I've seen a lot of people just give up on those suits halfway through the day. Just if you're gonna go that route, just make sure you're ready for it. Don't just like, oh, I just bought this all polyester ghillie suit on Amazon, I'm gonna try it today. Please don't do that.
No, please don't.
Yeah, and hydrate. So Tim, we see you in the side chat there. Hydration is a huge piece, and you'll see that in the player packet as well. Like, you have to have your water with you guys. It will get hot out there.
Right.
You know, if this is your first game, or if it's one of your friends' first games, make sure they don't overdress. You know, we don't want to see a bunch of hoodies out there, because you will get really warm in there. Stay hydrated. Every year, we don't fail to have some sort of heat casualty. Normally someone has to get pulled off the field because they didn't hydrate, and that's really easy to fix. You hydrate and then slow yourself down. You know, like, obviously you'll know your limitations, but we won't. So make sure that you're always hydrating, and that you're listening to your body when you're out there, so you don't overexert yourself, you don't hurt yourself.
You might not have seen this yet. I love it. I'm going to play it again. It's
all right.
What is that?
Hydrate. Here's not a sir. I'll tell you why. Because you're not filling the goddamn water.
Drink your water.
Does that bring back too many memories there, Ginger?
No, those were Marines. I was in the Army. We're fine.
No, we can't hear you, Sin.
Oh man.
Oh man.
We're gonna try lip reading. My team's gonna win.
You don't got any earbuds? You don't have any Bluetooth earbuds you're using?
He's not muted.
Bottom right corner where it says settings, click on that. Make sure you choose the right microphone. Okay.
So yeah, just, you know, we're gonna have water on the field like we did last year, and that was a smashing success.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have more this year, right?
Yeah, the goal is to have jugs at every CCP.
Okay. So
Um,
potentially
yeah.
6 to 8 jugs of water available at all times.
and if you find that you get to them and they're nearing empty, let your embed know, or if you happen to spot one of the field, somebody who is a staffer at EMR, let them know. But if you let your embed know, they can relay it to me, and I can relay it to the field to have the EMR go out there with a quad to refill.
Yeah, they're gonna do
his
their
jug.
best to replenish, but they might not know when things are getting low, or can't get to it because it's a high traffic area, something like that. So yeah, just like Moonduck said, let your embed know, let your CO know that this water station's getting low, and we'll get it taken care of as best possible. That being said, I know this is it's a game, you're not out there for that long, but
But
don't
5 hours on a hot
what it
summer
is,
day is a
this
long
water
time.
station's running low. Don't ration your water. We'll get you more. If you're thirsty, just drink. It's fine. We're gonna get you more water. Don't think that oh, I've only got my 2 canteens. It's gonna last me all day because the water station's empty. No, we got you. Don't worry.
Yeah. One other thing you should conserve is your own health, especially on the Friday night before the game. Don't party too hard, because that's one of the things that can mess you up in terms of your ability to hydrate and exacerbate heat injuries. Is if you drank too much alcohol the night before. So we've
Honestly, energy drinks too. I mean, this happened back at our old location. Somebody was trying to convince me that Monster was hydration. No, it's not. Yes, I know coffee is water. I understand that, but it's not the same water.
yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. As long as it's diluted, I suppose. But again, it's just water. So you want to, I mean, you're diluting it with water. So why don't you just go with water?
Yeah.
How about that?
And there's plenty of it on site. You can buy Gatorade from EMR. You can bring your own. It's not like we're out in the middle of the woods like we used to be. This is a full-fledged, park. There's tables, and there's benches, and there's covering. There's running water. There's electricity.
And we'll have
Don't show up with dead batteries expecting to be able to charge them.
Oh yeah, that's. But we'll also have we'll have food vendors and
Right.
Yeah, well, in food trucks. So there's that as well.
Yeah, we're progressing with the times. We've got the things you need, but it's something my mom used to always tell me as a kid about like doing presentations and whatnot, right? Always expect ignorance, right? So the way I look at it is always expect to get to the field and all those things you took for granted are not available. Make sure you bring it with you. If there's more there, great. But bring your water, bring your Gatorades, bring your snacks that have a little bit of salt in them. Not a lot of salt, a little bit of salt. Jerky's great. I'm a vegetarian, but jerky's fine, but don't eat nothing but beef jerky, and so just bring it with you. Bring your charged batteries, bring all the ammo you're gonna need. Yes, there's vendors. Yes, there's electricity. Bring everything you need, because
And it's a full service paintball field normally. So there's air fills there. And
right.
it's
Yeah,
included
that's
with your
one
tickets.
thing you probably don't have to worry about if you're an HPA guy, is you don't have to find a way to fill your tanks.
They
you'll
filled
be
at
able to do it.
4,500 psi there. Yep, they do the full size you can go up to 4,500 psi.
Right. Now make sure they're good tanks. I know that
Hey, check it there.
tanks have to be checked every however
5
long.
years.
5
Hydros.
years.
Yep.
Okay.
So check your hydros. I don't my tank's in my storage unit right now, but there'll be a made by date, and then if it's 5 years after that creation date, then get it hydroed. You could do that online. There's a bunch of places you can go do that. Hydro testing, a couple like $30-$50, I'm sure. But better safe than sorry. just get that done. That way you can play with your cool Polar Star or your, Inferno engine or whatever it is you guys use. Mine's a
And-
Polar Star. So,
Hopefully that plug will get you sponsored at some point in the future.
oh man, I wish. Wouldn't that be nice?
With your tournament lock, of course, on your
Oh,
radar.
yeah, tournament
sure,
locks.
Don't forget your tournament lock. Yes.
Yeah.
And those things, I mean, here's the thing. If you haven't been to this before, like they are going to tournament lock everything. So if you have multiple HBA guns, you either have to go re-chrono and have it relocked, or you'll have to have multiple regulators and tanks. So just be aware of that, and there will be spot checks on the field. If someone thinks you're shooting hot, one of the embeds will come and they'll check. We'll do an honor check. We'll check your gun, with the ammo that we
Yeah,
carry.
we'll
We'll have
all
everything
have
out there.
portable
We'll do
chronos.
spot checks. We'll have chronos out there, and then we can check that. So like, don't ruin someone else's fun because you wanted to turn it up a little bit more, because you'll be ejected from the field and asked not to come back.
Yep.
And that's the last thing we want to do is we don't want to be a place that's ejecting people. We want everyone to have a good time.
Absolutely. So make sure you got your tournament locks, and there's so many different flavors of regulators out there that it's not even worth. But go get it, and make sure that it's working before the game.
I can't speak for them, but I will sort of. I know that historically Amped has been like the tournament lock people. They will be there. So I know that they, in the past, if you want to pick something up on site, you can kind of pre-order it through them and pick it up when you get to the field.
Oh yeah. Pre-order definitely
If it's not
better.
gonna get to you in time wherever you're located and you want Amped to just bring it, generally they will do that. Obviously contact Amped, not EVIC or EMR or me, because I don't know. But yeah, anything you want to pre-order that Amped can bring, or I wouldn't be surprised if Jackal also can do pre-orders and bring you stuff. So yeah, look at the vendors that are going to be on site, and if you want to pick something up there, go for it. They want them to bring it for you. Make sure you have it, doesn't sell out. Pre-order it, bring it. They'll be waiting for you when you get there.
That's the biggest thing. Is if you're, I've had some instances where folks, we keep on repeating, make sure you have it before you come, but they didn't have it, and they went over to one of the vendors that were there, and they said that they sold out. Like,
Yeah.
What can I tell you?
Yeah, and like I know I had this conversation with one of the vendors last year because I was trying to help somebody out who came with a gun they had not tested, and it was hot. And I said, hey, can you help this kid out? I said, yeah, we got a line of people who are looking to just downgrade because we screwed up last year. We had a typo in the rules, and people. So Virtue's not here, but he quotes something like, FPS is a limit, not a goal. Yes, we have an FPS limit. That doesn't mean you need to be within a razor's edge of that limit. Just, you get close, get where you feel you're effective. Do you really need to be reaching out and touch somebody at 250 feet? No, there's 1,000 other people out there. They're going to be right on top of you. You're not doing these monster epic shots from across the map. That's not happening. So don't worry about having this massive amount of pressure and you're right at 154 or 1.554 joules. No, it's get close and get your stuff within working limits, and just be happy with what you got. It's because that stuff hurts. We've all it hurts. Everybody knows it hurts. Why do you want to make it hurt more?
Yeah, some of my most satisfying kill was with a backup stock MP5 that was shooting at 300 FPS with .2s. So yeah,
it
was. You don't need really a high power gun to enjoy yourself.
I think like a Spitwad is a little faster than that. So No, I feel that like, my most favorite kills are when I have like a spring shotgun and I'm able to get
Yeah.
somebody, make those fun moments. And I had an electric pistol and I remember I took out like two guys with that. Those are the fun kind of memories where like I got real close because they wouldn't have felt it if I didn't, So
You know what's going to happen when you have one of those random epic kills? You're going to look over and Primer's going to be standing right there. He got the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so be ready for that. We're going to have, a world-class photographer out there as well. Be
Oh,
weird.
good point. Very
Yeah,
good point.
be weird. Have fun. Go crazy. I don't want to say aggressive because that kind of gives the wrong idea, but be adventurous and have a good time with it. If all you've got is, like Ginger Bear saying, you got a Springer shotgun, go for it. You're going to be fine.
Oh, those are great. Yeah. In fact, a couple of those, the three shot ones.
they're fun. They're
Yeah.
fun little guns. They're so much fun. Yeah. They're good times.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause especially
gentlemen, it is past my bedtime, sadly,
okay.
so I do need to go.
This
I
is
appreciate everybody.
absolutely. And I want to thank Ginger Bear for joining us tonight. And any final word? Any final
Yeah.
tips?
So if there's anybody else here who hasn't heard, obviously the tickets are on sale right now. Go ahead and buy them from evic.com. Go to the events, look for Bad Blood 2024. Choose your faction. The player packet's on there. Read it all the way through. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you're bringing all the right gear. We talked about that. It's all written there in the players packet. We make it. I mean, these guys write it every year and they do a great job. So make sure you take the time to read it. If you're looking to become a tribal this year, go ahead and hit me up, Sean Blaney, Ginger Bear, on Facebook at the you'll see me on the OP Bad Blood main page. You can get me there. Fire me a message. Let me know, hey, I played a game or two. I'd like to try tribals out. Let me know. We can always use a couple more players. And that's all I have. Thank you for letting me join, Moondog. Thanks for letting me join again.
Do not buy a tribal ticket until you've talked to Ginger Bear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll see that. Well,
Ginger,
take care.
thank you so much. Appreciate
you. Take care.
Thanks for joining us. All right. Actually, that's a good segue right there. Let's
we could talk all night. So
let's
ready?
spool up that giveaway. So, folks, these are the folks who qualified, and we had over 80 qualified folks who sent in screenshots of my channel at Moondog Industries. At Moondog Go. So that was the requirement for this giveaway, and I am going to press that button and see who wins. Edward Matejevic. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce that. So, all right. Well, Edward, I'll be contacting you, and we'll be getting this scope sent out to you from Discovery Optics. All right. Now, for those of you who do, thanks to everybody who entered. But if you didn't win, well, you have another chance this coming month. Starting today, as soon as I pull that the entry and update my website tonight, you'll have an opportunity to win a brand new CV Life Bear Power. This is the newest scope to come from CV Life. It's a 6-24 by 50 first focal plane, and it's pretty legit. The reticle is great. The eye box is a little bit tight, but in terms of clarity and this is perfect if you're getting into long range shooting. I'm talking real steel, and this is light enough that you could put it onto an airsoft gun. Probably you don't need the sunshade if you're going to put it on an airsoft rifle, but this would be perfect on a bolt action sniper rifle, or potentially even a regular battle rifle. But this is actually a pretty sweet scope. I'll be pulling the winner. Deadline will be May 18th. I'll be spinning for the winner on after that. But to enter, to be qualified for this contest, it's gonna be a little bit different this time. I posted a review of this, a video review at moondogindustries.com. So what you'll need to do is go to that video review and post a comment in the review and then send me a screenshot of your comment. Go to moondogindustries.com/contest later tonight or tomorrow, and you'll find a button to link to the new enter page, and that's where you'll upload your screenshot of your comment on the video. Of course, I encourage you to watch the video just to see what it is you could be potentially winning. But watch the video, leave a comment, take a screenshot, and send it to me through the upload page at moondogindustries.com/contest. So that's how you enter. And we'll probably be doing the drawing for this at our next live stream next month in May. We haven't set up a specific date, but it'll be sometime after May 18th. I think that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I say, maybe we should do it, a little earlier because tickets are going to start to kind of fly, and we are getting closer. But yeah, we'll see what our schedules look like. But yeah, within the next few weeks, we'll be back.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And if you have any questions, please post them in comments here or on our official page on Facebook for Bad Blood. You can have all of your questions answered there by staff members as well as veteran players. And if you have an interest in getting into any of the factions, including tribals, reach out to the tribals, to the faction COs through the individual faction Facebook pages. And you can also learn about what the plans are and talk about the plans for each of the factions there. All right. Any final words, Ian?
I mean, not that I don't always say, it's have fun, be safe, don't be a jerk. And just make sure your stuff works and you're there for the right reasons. You're there to have a good time. You're there to benefit the charities we're there to support. And you want to be a positive member of what we're trying to do out there.
Absolutely. Don't forget half of the proceeds for this event and all of our events have been going to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund, and their goal is to eliminate type 1 diabetes. So, that is one of the longest diseases that has affected humans, and we're so close to actually finding a workable medical or genetic cure for that. So whatever we can do to help them reach those goals is going to benefit so many people, including my family. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to get your tickets at evic.com. All right.